Hello my dear friends. So the question today that we are going to solve is the 2 sum. Okay. So what will happen in this question? First of all, it is given that a array will be given to us, nums array, and a target will be given to us. Okay, target. And then we need to return the two numbers such that they can add up to target. Okay, so let us take the example. Suppose this nums array is given to us, right? Okay, so in this nums array what we need to do is we need to check which are the two elements which can help us to get the target as 9. Okay, so if you are going to see, if you are going to add 2 and 7, what you are going to get? You are going to get target as 9. It means what you have what you have to do, you have to return the index of from starting to end. Okay, suppose if the array is given to us 2, 11, 7, 15. Okay, so now what are the two elements that are going to give us the sum 9? So the elements are 2 and 7. So here this time the index that we need to return is from 0 to 2, because this is 0th index, this is first index, this is second, this is third. So between 0 to 2 we are going to get two elements whose sum is equals to 9. Okay, I will clear more. Suppose if the array is given like this, 2, 3, 5, 8, and suppose the target is given like this. Suppose if we need the target of 10. Okay, so you know that if you are going to add these two elements, you are going to get the target as 10. But what you need to return in the output? You need to return output of the element which have the elements which are there. Okay, so it will be 0th, and what will be the index? It will be the 0, 1, 2, 3. So you need to return the list from 0 to 3, or in an array you need to return two elements, that is 0 and 3. So I hope question is clear now. So to approach this question we are going to use the three different types of approaches. Okay, so first approach that click in my mind is the basic approach, that is using the two for loops. Okay, so one array was given to us. Okay, so what was the value in the array? It was like this: 2, 7, 11 and 15. Okay, and the target that was given to us was 9, right? So what we can do, we can first approach that click to my mind is by using two for loops. Okay, what I will do, first of all I will choose this element 2, then I will check. First of all I will do 2 plus 7, I am getting 9. If I am getting 9 then it's okay, but suppose here it is 15 and here it is 7. So what you need to do, first of all you need to check 2 and 15, are you what you are getting? 17, so it is not required. Then you need to check 2 and 11, are you getting this? It is 13, no, we want target as 9. Then 2 and 7, then you are getting okay. Okay, so this can be possible case. Then what you have to do, you have to take the case of 15 and 11 and you need to check. Then you need to take the case of 15 and 7 and then you need to check. Then at last you need to check 11 and 7. Like this you can use order of n square approach by using the two for loops. Okay, two for loops. So what we can do, we can use the two for loops and we can solve this problem. Okay, so first of all I am going to tell you solution of two for loops, because that is also required. So let's say a function name is toSum. What it is going to give us? It is going to give us nums and the target. These are the two things that we are going to get. So what we need to do is we need to use two for loops. So for I in range of nums, for j in range of, and it is going to start from I plus 1 to nums, right? It is going to start from I plus 1 to nums. Okay, now this is the thing that we are going to do. Now tell me one thing, we have done 11 plus 7, right? What we have done? We have done 11 plus 7. But now tell me one thing, do we require to do this 7 plus something? No, we need, for the first element we need to go till the second last element of the array. It means instead of traveling the complete list, we need to travel one element less than the given elements in the string. Okay, perfect. right? So this is the first thing that we need to focus on. So this we have done. Second thing was, the second loop was starting from the next element 15 11 7, so it is from I plus 1 to the last element. So in Python, if you are going to write till nums, okay, here also we done one mistake. It should be length of nums minus 1, okay, and here it will go till length of nums, right? So this is going to be the correct code, okay. So we have to traverse. Now what we need to do, we need to check if we are getting the target sum or not. So what we are going to do, we are going to use the if else condition. So if nums of I plus nums of j equal to target, okay, if this is done, so first of all we need to return the solution in the list. So what we need to do, we need to create one list. So here you need to create a empty list, L is equal to do. Now what we will do, if this condition is true, I will append the list with I. Then what I am going to do, I am going to append the list with j, and once the list is appended, I am going to return L, okay, I am going to return the list. So this is the first method approach. In this we are going to use the for loops and we are going to see the solution, okay. Now I am going to show you the what is the time complexity that we are going to get. Suppose if you write the same code, see I have written the same code, you can see on the right hand side that's code that I explained you, and that is code is being accepted on the lead code, but it is only faster than the 19%, and time space complexity is like here we are not using space, but here it is a time, it is more time consuming, okay. So what we need to do, we need to improve our time, okay. So let us move to the second approach. So what is going to be the second approach? Second approach is going to be similar to the first approach. It will not have the major impact on the time complexity, but yeah, still it is an approach, you can go for that approach. So what we are going to do, first of all we are going to, like the array was given to us, okay, nums array was given to us, and what was the nums array that was given to us? It was 2 15 11 and 7, 2 15 11 and 7, and target was given to us was 9, right? So what we are going to do in this, first of all we are going to use a for loop. So let me write the function def, again function name will be toSum, it will be nums and target. These are the two things that we are going to get. So what I am going to do, I am going to use a for loop to traverse the entire array. So for I in range of length of nums, right, what I am going to do, I am going to first of all select this element. So I have selected 2, okay. So if I have selected 2, what is the required sum now? Okay, if you have decided that you should select 2, so now the target has been reduced to 7. So what you need to do, in this entire left out array you need to search, are you going to get 7 or not, okay, are you getting my point? This time if you are going to select an element, the target is going to be reduced because you have decided that 2 should be added. So now target has become 7. So what we are going to do, first of all we need to calculate this. So what we are going to do, we are going to write find num, okay. So we, after that we need to search 7, so that's why I am writing variable name as find num. What it will be, it will be target, this is 9 minus what is this, nums of I, okay. So here we are going to get 7, that is fine. Now what I am going to do, I am going to search in the array, is 7 exist in this array or not, okay. If 7 exist in the array, it means we can get our target, okay, we can get our target. So I am going to apply the condition, if find num, this is the variable name in nums, if this condition is true, what I am going to do, it means I am going to return, first of all I is the value which is here, okay, and then I need to return the index of find num. So that how can I return the index of find num? it is going to be like inbuilt function nums dot index, and we need to pass the number, that is find num. Okay, this will help us to return the solution. Now this case is cleared, but if you are going to run this code, it will give you some error. Why it will give you some error? Suppose if the nums is given to us like this, 3 and 3, right, and suppose the target is 6. So what this code will do, first of all here we are going to reach, okay, so find num will give us 6 minus 3, it will be 3. So when it will go while searching for the 3, it will get 3 in the first place, so it will return the solution 0 to 0. Okay, but that is incorrect. The actual solution should be from 0 to 1. Okay, so how we are going to deal with this? So once we have selected the element, then we don't have to search for this same element. Okay, if elements are repeating, so if you are on this 3, you need to check for the rest of the array, you don't have to check for this. It means here with this if condition we need to apply one more condition. That what is that condition? That and the index that we are going to get, nums dot index of that particular number. What is that particular number? Find num, it should not be equal to I. Okay, suppose if both the index are, suppose the element that we are going to search, if the index of that element equals to the index of the I, it means it is counting the same element. So we are going to use this condition, so it will help us to escape this case, okay, when the things are going to be repeated. So now it will return as the final solution. So this was the method 2, in which we have used the concept of reducing the target and then we have to check the target. Okay, so if I am going to show you the code, so you can see the code is written on the right hand side. So here we have used the for loop, then find num, and apply the two conditions that we have already discussed, and this you can check on the left hand side that it is also passing. Okay, it is also being successful, but if you can see, it has improved its time complexity. So earlier it was faster than 19.45%, and earlier it was taking 3906 millisecond, now it is taking 3078 millisecond. It means time is little bit reduced, but we need to reduce it to more, because still we are traversing the array 2 times. Okay, once we are here traversing the array, and once for searching the element we are traversing the array. So mostly both the solutions are order of n square, but if you want to improve it further, let us discuss the other approach. Okay, so other approach that we are going to use is the hashing or hash map approach. Okay, this is the third approach that we are going to go for it, right? So in this third approach, what we are going to do, we are going to use the hash map, right? So what is the concept? First of all, I am going to explain you the actual concept. So nums array was given to us 2, 11, 15, 7, and the target that was given to us was 9. So what I am going to do, what happens in the hash map? So in hash map, suppose this is the hash map. Okay, the key is going to be paired with the value, right? So what I am going to do, here I am going to pair the values with its index, because we want the index also. So what I am going to do, I am going to pair 2 with the 0, I am going to pair 11 with 1, I am going to pair 15 with 2, and I am going to pair 7 with 3. So why I am doing this? So first of all, what I am going to do, I am going to come at this position 2. Okay, so if I have selected 2, so my target will now become 9 minus 2, that is 7. So what I will do, so instead of traversing the array, I will check if the element present is this in this hash map or not. So why we are using this? So for hash map, it takes order of 1 to search for the element in the dictionary. Okay, it take constant time to search the element in the dictionary. So that's why we are using the hash map. Okay, so every time, so if we have to search for 7, it will take constant time whether 7 exists or not. Okay, so there are two methods. First method is that fill the all the elements with the hash map. Okay, all the elements in the hash map, then search for the element. This is the first approach, but we can improve this approach further. How we are going to do this? So we are not going to initialize the hash map completely. So first of all, what we are going to do, we are going to check whether that difference exists in the hash map or not. If that difference exists in the hash map, we are going to return the solution. Otherwise, what we are going to do, we are going to update the hash map. How we are going to do this, I will let you know in the code. So let's say function name is toSum, which is giving us nums as well as target. These are the two things that we are getting. Okay, so what we are going to do, first of all, we need to create a hash map. So I am creating as hm. Oh, hash map is nothing but a dictionary. So in dictionary, we can search the element in the constant time. Now, what I told you, first of all, we will iterate to the entire array. So for iteration, I am going to use the for loop. So here I am going to use for I and j. Here I am going to use the two variables I and j. Okay, it will be easier. In enumerate nums. So what is this enumerate? So this enumerate will help us, sorry, ANERAT, yeah. So this enumerate function, what it will do, it will help us to store the index also. Okay, generally what happens, if we want to store the two things at a time, so the enumerate function help us to do this. Okay, it help us to deal with the iterations, it help us to deal with the count of the iterations. Okay, so that's why we use this enumerate. So basically what this enumerate will do, it will do the same thing. It will hold, like here I and j are the two things. So in I, what we are going to do, in I we are going to do the index values, and in j we are going to store the actual value in the nums. Okay, suppose, so array that was given to us was 2, 11, 15 and 7. So for the first case, I value will be 0. I value will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and j value is going to be first 2, 11, 15 and 7. So basically I will help us to get the index and j will help us to maintain the values. Okay, so this is the case. Now what we need to do, first of all, again we are going to use the find number, because the target is going to be reduced. So find number will be equals to, what it is going to be, it is target minus the value. And what is the value? It is nums of I. Okay, nums of I. So nums of I means nums of 0 will be 2. So first of all, it will give us the value that 9 minus 2 is equal to 7. Now what we are going to do, first of all, we are going to search in the hash map. So initially our hash map was empty, because we have declared that hash map just now in this step, and it is empty now. Okay, so if it is empty, what we are going to do, we are going to see, first of all we need to check that if that number is existing or not. So what I am going to do, if find num in hash map. Okay, this is the condition I have checked. If that number is found in the hash map, what I need to do, I need to return the element. So return hash map of find num comma I. I will explain you what I have written here, just wait for some time. Okay, so if the element is found in the hash map, we need to return the solution. Otherwise what we need to do, we need to update the hash map with the value. So first of all, when we are traversing the array for the first time, so hash map was empty, correct? So this if condition will be false. So initially the target was 9 minus 2, it will be 7. So it will search for 7 in the hash map. We are going to see there is no element in the hash map. So this if condition will be fail. What I am going to do, hm of j. Okay, so in hash map I am going to write j. So I am going to pair 2 with the I. So I will be 0. So 2 with the paired with 0. Now second time we are going to iterate the for loop. This time index will increase, we will reach the second element. And what is the second element? 11. Okay, so this time 11 minus, sorry, 9 minus 11, so it will be minus 2. It will search whether this minus 2 exists in the hash map or not in this if condition. If it is doesn't exist, what I am going to do? hm of j. In hash map, what I am going to do? J. What was the j? J was 11. So 11 I am going to pair with the I. So I was 1 because it was on the first index. Okay, so these are the two values that are inserted. Now again we are going to reach on the third element. This time what is the third element? We are going to come on the element 15. Okay, so this time it will be 15 minus, sorry, 9 minus 15. So again we are going to get minus 6. It is going to check whether this minus 6 exists or not. If doesn't exist, what we were doing? We were inserting the element in the hash map. So in hash map 9, in hash map j, what was the j? 15. So 15 we were pairing with the index 2. Now again we have reached to the last element. This is 7. Okay, so now what we are going to do? Now it will be 9 minus 7. So what we are going to get? 2. Okay, 2 we have got. It means what we are going to do in find number, our value is updated as 2. So 2 in hash map. So it is going to check whether 2 exists in the hash map or not. So as soon as you are going to come here, you are going to see that 2 already exists in the hash map. It means this if condition will be satisfied this time. So what it will do? It will return hm find num. Okay, so hm of 2. So if you are going to see what is in hm is this hash map. So hash map of 2 will be 0. So here it will return 0, comma I. What is the I? I is the index that was checking. So it was 3. So it was 0 to 3. And again it is going to update the hash map. So let us say it will 7 with the 3. Okay, so sorry, this updation will be not done because once the return function is called, it will come out of the loop and we will get our solution that 0 to 3. And here also if you can check, so 0 was the first element and the second element that we were getting was 3. So I hope all the three approaches are clear to you. Still if you have any doubt, please let me know in the comment section. And if you want to see the code, here is the code. Yeah, this is the code for the hash map. So first we have created the hash map in the third line, then we use the for loop, then we have the find number, and then we have checked whether that number exists in the hash map or not. If that number exists in the hash map, what we have done? We have returned the number. And if that is not in the hash map, what we have done? We have tried to add that element in the hash map. And here you can see it is working in order of n. Okay, earlier it was taking a lot of time, you can see 3078, but now it's taking 117 ms. Okay, it's in the order of n, but here we are using the space complexity also. So both time and space complexity are going to be order of n, because here we are using a dictionary, or we can say hash map. So it for that reason the time complexity and space complexity both will be the order of n. Okay, thank you.